remember me? 'Cause I remember you. They forgot about me. I didn't forget about you. Ice, ice, baby, come and take me. Ice, ice, baby. Bing, ding, 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 bing, bing. Ice, baby. Ding, 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 ding. Who's the first one in the chat? What's up? I got the new mic stand set up. It's a little more elevated too. I mean, you can't tell, but it's more off the desk, which is nice. I kind of like that. Like that. I think they might have remodeled and did the thing. Anyway, there's some breaking news, and I just wanted to jump on for a little bit because I'm like relaxing, kicking back, shoes off, just messing around the office. I was working on the website, a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, API settings and coding and stuff for the website. When I saw this and I was scrolling, they said the Newark mayor arrested. What the? How? How does this happen? What happened? There's a bunch of drama. Let me just launch this for, we'll go on Twitch as well. Just jump on for a second. And by the way, I'm going to have 2 notifications. I'm about to have a notification less than an hour. And then after that, in a little bit, I'm going to have another notification. And so I didn't want to go live on the main because I was like, you know what? It's Friday, Felony Fridays. I feel like I need to make like a video or like some type of something that pops across the screen for Felony Fridays. Felony Fridays, man.
Going to continue on with some breaking news that we are following. Let's take you out right now to New Jersey, right outside of a ICE detention center. And this is where a protest with Democrats turned a little bit upside down. And for more on this, I do want to bring in our my colleague Andrew Kraft to break it all down for us, who has been following this story. It even involves an arrest of a New Jersey mayor. Andrew.
Yeah, Mike, there's a lot happening in Newark today, aside from the problems at the airport with yet another radar outage there. We are learning, we're getting a statement in from the Department of Homeland Security, and they say this, that today, as a bus of detainees was entering the security gate of Delaney Hall Detention Center, you see there, Delaney Hall, that's a live picture, DHS says a group of protesters, including 2 members of U.S. Congress, stormed the gate and broke into the detention facility.
Yo, 2 members of U.S. Congress stormed that shit? Ooh, I hope it was the Crockett lady. What?
The members, Robert Menendez Jr. and Bonnie Watson Coleman, and multiple protesters are holed up in a guard shack, the first security checkpoint. These members of Congress storming into a detention facility goes beyond bizarre political stunt and puts the safety of our law enforcement agents and the detainees at risk. DHS says members of Congress are not above the law and cannot illegally break into detention facilities. Had these members requested a tour, we would have facilitated a tour of the facility. This is an evolving situation. The allegations by Newark politicians that Delaney does not have the proper permitting is false, they say. We have valid permits, and inspection from plumbing, electricity to fire codes has been clear. That's a statement in from the Department of Homeland Security. So 2 of these New Jersey Democrats from the House, Bonnie Watson Coleman and Robert Menendez Jr., are involved in this, as is, Mike, the Democratic mayor of Newark, New Jersey, Alina Habba, the interim acting U.S. attorney for New Jersey. She tweets this: the mayor of Newark, Ross Baraka, committed trespass and ignored multiple warnings from Homeland Security investigations to remove himself from the ICE detention center in Newark, New Jersey this afternoon. He has willingly chosen to disregard the law. That will not stand in this state. He has been taken into custody, all caps, no one is above the law, Habba says. So, Mike, what we have right now confirmed by acting U.S. Attorney Habba is that the mayor of Newark, New Jersey right now has been taken into custody. Now, what we can't confirm right now, we do not know kind of the status of these 2 members of Congress, Bonnie Watson Coleman and Robert Menendez Jr. Looks like Congressman Coleman has tweeted this video saying we're at Delaney Hall there. You can see we're taking it full. So this is like DHS says, an evolving situation. Mike, this is of a piece of some of the stories that we have been covering on illegal immigration, on undocumented migration. Mike, you'll remember just now, about 2 Fridays ago there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, that federal agents arrested that Milwaukee County judge there for facilitating the kind of release and escape of one of these undocumented migrants. Remember, that was a huge story at the time now there in Milwaukee. This, though, in Newark, New Jersey, unfolding right now. We have a live picture outside the Delaney Hall ICE detention facility where, from what we're told, there was some type of protest organized by New Jersey Democrats, and it has turned somewhat chaotic there and somewhat hairy. And you see there, this is from what? New Jersey Spotlight News.
The new January 6th.
On social media. A new video from the scene. You see some of these HSI agents there. That's Homeland Security Investigations. I believe there is the mayor of Newark, Ross Baraka, and others. This is quite tense. And you see there Congresswoman Watson Coleman.
What's she doing?
I'm not sure. I don't see Robert Menendez Jr. For those watching, that is the son of disgraced former U.S. Senator Bob Menendez. He is a House member there in New Jersey, his son Menendez Jr. So this is quite a tense situation, turning somewhat physical. Oh, there's Menendez there. You just saw him try to push off some of these other federal agents outside this DHS detention facility. What a video. Wow.
Yeah, so tense there as they make their way past the gate there and then continue to go in, and you see the security police trying to stop them from getting past that gate.
So, Mike, what is so interesting, we don't know whether or not these members of Congress and the Democratic mayor of Newark, whether they're, advocating on behalf of an individual or kind of the, system writ large. That's unknown right now. We don't know whether or not they are kind of pleading on behalf or advocating on behalf of an individual in the detention facility itself. But it seems like, according from the statement we have from DHS, that they had concerns with some of the conditions, Mike, and the facilities themselves at the holding center. And you see there, we have our live picture outside of the Delaney Hall ICE Detention Center, operated by both ICE and DHS. So like I said, this is a very evolving situation. And it did look like in one of these live vantage points, we might get some type of press conference. Not sure when.
Oh, I think I have that, yeah. I think that's what I pulled up here.
It is highly unacceptable how this administration is trying to restrict Congress.
Oh, they protest.
Duties and the responsibilities.
I want to see this. This is live. Let him go.
People on the streets. Enough.
Misinformation, disinformation, and a spin that protects this administration's attempt
Ross
to divide
Baraka.
our communities, schools out of our streets, and put them in places like Delaney Hall. We went there as we were to provide our oversight function, which is a statutory right that we have as members of Congress. We do not need to. So when you have people on Fox News trying to paint a picture to America of what happened, tell them that's not what happened. For those who were there, for the press that was there, tell them what really happened. Tell them that when Mayor Baraka was there, administration is not about criminals, it is not about making our streets safer, it's about making you all more fearful of this administration.
So there's people basically, it says Mayor Baraka, a Democratic gubernatorial candidate, was accompanied by U.S. Representatives Robert Menendez and LaMonica McClever and Bonnie Watson Coleman. The group aimed to conduct an oversight visit of the facility, citing concerns over its operations and alleged lack of proper permits. However, federal officials stated that there was no prior request for a tour that had been made and accused the group of attempting to breach the facility. So the motherfuckers just showed up over there, thought they were just going to start, auditing and looking through the place, I guess. And they were denied. They were charged with trespassing after multiple warnings of Homeland Security investigations agents to leave the premises. So they got warnings to leave. Videos of the scene depict the chaotic environment with protesters and officials engaged in heated exchanges. Baraka was eventually handcuffed and taken into custody. Oh my God, what a travesty. Not Baraka! Baraka! I never heard of him before. Let's see what he looks like. Mayor Baraka. Baraka. Baraka, New Jersey. Now he gets to be a martyr. He's 55 years old. Now he gets to be a martyr. It's January 6th, man. This is January 6th, 2.0. Oh my God, we're going to have to run this in the media for a while now. All right, that's it. I just wanted to check out what that was. I should have 2 notifications in a little bit, which is exciting. Felony Fridays. We'll see what comes today. I don't know, a chase or something. Whatever pops off. Maddie's friend's coming over later. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Just another day trespassing. I guess they thought they were going to just go in there and do what they wanted. Walk through the facilities. And he ended up getting arrested himself. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, somebody just sent me this. Ricks, I see your emails in the tip area on the website. No, I'm live on the political channel, Nat. I'm on the politics channel and Twitch. I didn't go on the main because I wanted to... Because it said 23 hours to the next order. Like, I had 1 more hour left. And sometimes when I have less than an hour left and I go live, it uses a notification. So I didn't want to use a notification for this live. So I jumped on the political channel. Politics. They thought they were going to raid. Someone trying to board a bus with a shopping cart. Amazing. Charles Barkley. Highway Patrol. Maxine Waters. Let's see what happened with Maxine.
In the first quarter, since Trump took office, the United States economy shrank, with our gross domestic product decreasing by 0.3%. We are falling behind while Canada, Europe, and China are racing ahead. What happened to the golden
I heard those banks are freaking out in China now.
age you and President Trump promised the American people? Ms. Redset, you are also the face of what the Wall Street Journal has described as, and I quote, the dumbest trade war in history. As a result of this stupidity.
Tell it, Mama. Mama Maxine. What are you guys doing today? I got like this weird, I feel like I have like I don't know, maybe a pinched nerve or something. It's been like that for weeks. And when I move my neck like this arm hurts more. It just hasn't gone away. I know, right? Canada. JLP. Maxine Waters. The Wicked Witch of the West.
What a mess! So you've heard me, and then I'm going to get to your calls and super chats here. You heard me talk about the Wicked Witch of the West, right? With the low IQ, Maxine. Maxine War. And known to most of the blacks, not all, but most, they call her Auntie Maxine now. They love bad aunties and bad mamas and bad big mamas. So Maxine Waters, according to this report from CNN, Maxine Warner was in a interview, during an interview there on CNN.
That's from a couple months ago. Let's see. Skip forward.
In former President Trump, they've lived through his presidency. They've heard these arguments about democracy, about the fate of the election, and yet Trump is not only winning, but winning increasingly by a larger margin. So what
is she doing with her hair?
I need a mirror right now.
Among Democrats to change that trajectory? It sounds like you're talking about saying and doing all the same things, but do you believe that something needs to change?
I think we need to keep working.
I need a mirror. I don't know what she said. I'm looking at my hair. About to fall off. What the?
Oh, shit.
The wicked witch of the...
Apparently H3 is getting sued by this lady.
Like, what kind of hood?
Right. Some chick named Denims, or she's threatening to sue him. I don't know if she's actually going to do it. Denims, and also Piers Morgan. Morgan Piers. Piers Morgan. What was I going to say about him? He wanted to get Kanye West banned off of Twitch or something.
The federal government is pushing.
And he wants him to come back in studio after he left.
Kanye, yay, Mr. West, whatever he is, did a tweet to me saying, hey, let's do a proper interview soon. It's all love. But the trouble is, yay, it's not all love, is it? It's actually all hate. It's hate towards everybody, including your family, your ex-wife, towards Jewish people, towards other black people, towards other rappers, towards pretty much anyone you can think of. You've become a hate machine, fueled on social media because you have 32 or 33 million, as you corrected me, followers, amplifying everything you say, all this vicious sentiment to a vast audience. And that is wrong. Elon Musk should remove you from X.
You know, he's calling for Kanye to get banned on X.
He should deplatform you. And to those who say, well, you platformed it.
Yo, Jojo, Maxine looked like the Crypt Keeper.
Did, because he's not being held to account properly on X. He's getting away with this, and it is amplifying his message. Now, if Ye wants to have a proper interview with me about all this, I will do that. But if he wants to play silly games, then he can swing for it. But yeah, if you want to sit in front of me, Ye, get on a plane, come to London, come to my studio, and let's do this man to man, face to face. And you can be held accountable for your despicable actions on social media in the last year or so. But let's see if you're manly enough to do that. Or is it easier for you to attack people like Kim, like Paris Hilton, the women? Is it easier for you to attack them on social media and not face up to people like me who might actually hold you to account for what you've been doing? We'll see. We'll see. Some people think I shouldn't even bother sitting down with you anymore. That's how far your stock has fallen.
Well, he would bring a lot of views to you. Piers Morgan, I like him too. He brings a lot of... I like watching some of his episodes, and sometimes in the morning. So it depends what I'm doing. In the afternoon, I'll watch. If not, then in the morning, I'll watch the previous episode. But here he is. He's putting Kanye West in the title again after Kanye West walked off his show. I think he should have tried to. He should have tried to kept the interview going a little bit longer. Started with a good rapport before it all went to hell. Acquiesced Kanye West a little bit, keep him on the show, and then slowly ease him in if you can to where you want to get to the questions you want to ask. But he just dropped a new episode. Said Kanye update.
So it is the greatest battle, I always think, the Met Gala for attention seeking that the world has ever known. There are if they raise maybe or plugging the whole man to man, they have great moral. Others have more subtle methods for signaling their virtue, including actress Lee.
Oh yeah, what's she had? Rosa Parks on a Gucci. What she had?
Her crotch. More a picture of civil rights hero Rosa Parks on her crotch. Incredibly, it was.
She had people got really upset with this lady because she had some type of, I don't know what they call it.
Sweeney, who faced accusations of being particularly toned.
Well, you know what's interesting? So they banned that song from Kanye. See what Hoax is saying. They banned that song, Hail Hitler, whatever, right? They were saying they banned that song from all the music platforms. And, they said, I guess, I don't know, hate speech or something like that, I guess, right? But the interesting thing is that you have all this other music out there that talks about all kinds of stuff, drugs, sex, in some cases, R-ing somebody, murder, killing, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on and on, the N-word, whatever, all over the place. Everything's acceptable except for this song where he's talking about Hitler. I thought honestly it was kind of catchy. I thought it was kind of funny. But I understand it could be very offensive for some people. But what I also see is that he's using like these two what's considered very offensive things, and he's saying he's an N-word, he's a ninja, he's all this and that. How am I anti-Semitic if I'm the N-word? And he's using the whole Hitler stuff too. He has this thing against Jewish people, and he's still getting his message across, the message that he's trying to say, that they control this, they control that, they can control music, the industry, whatever. And so if you bark up that tree, that's exactly what's going to happen. You can say anything else, but if you say this one thing, your banks will be shut down, your merch will be shut down, or whatever else. Your music will be shut down. So it's kind of a, I don't know, it's an interesting song, I guess. Weird how you're talking about Hitler and talking about ninja and the same thing. It's like crazy, And I think that's actually the point he was trying to do. He like forced their hand to try to prove his point, So yeah, they took that down. I think even SoundCloud took the website down. SoundCloud. So that whole thing with Kanye is kind of interesting, I guess. But he's super egotistical, egomaniac.
Novak. So is the Met meaningful or just moronic? Well, here to debate all that from the Nerdrotic channel.
So I don't know if he mentioned Kanye here. Let me see, they usually timestamp. Kanye West.
Right.
Like, how many followers do I have?
Well, how many is it?
This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay. So the genesis of all this was 2 years ago. I interviewed him when he was going through his initial slightly crazy phase where it appeared that he was embracing anti-Semitism. In a pretty vile way. These constant tirades, against Jewish people.
Where's the tirade? That was a tweet. Have you felt my pain yet? You haven't felt my pain. You don't want to feel my pain.
Well, no,
you don't hold You don't hold accountability.
There was something really interesting too. I forgot the exact words when DJ Academics was interviewing him. He said something because his talking does sound like it's all over the place, but there's times where it's like, oh shit. And there was a moment where he talked about, like they use our pain. They use that name. They use our pain and they profit off of it and they do all this and that. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to turn this shit around. Now I'm going to use that name that causes you pain and profit off of that and do this and do that. And he said he was like literally kind of like turning it on them. Okay, you use this and do that. And all of a sudden you guys profit. I'm going to do the same thing to you guys and profit of it and see how you like it,
To my pain, you're being a Karen.
And I took him on, and it was a 2-hour interview. It was quite fascinating, but he was
the salute shit.
Normal, I would say, for a lot of that interview.
Wasn't there somebody else that got like canceled for the salute thing? Like
quite reflective, quite self-aware about what he'd done, and almost apologetic. Do you still love Kim?
I absolutely love. I'll love her for life.
2 years forward, and Ye has been on a systematic rampage of blatant anti-Semitism, embracing Adolf Hitler, Nazism, swastikas. It's all been extraordinarily and I think deliberately offensive, particularly to Jewish people, of course. It's caused him enormous upheaval. A lot of commercial deals have crashed because of his behavior, notably on X, where he goes on these posting rampages. It seems like he's on a mission to attack everyone and everything blaming everyone and everything for all his woes, apart from, of course, the person who is most responsible, and that's him. So I didn't think we'd get another interview with him because I've been lambasting him quite regularly on X, taking him to task there, but kind of feeling like I'm howling in the wind because nothing he ever does seems to prompt any suspension from X. In fact, the only time I think he got suspended was when he posted some legal pornography, which was
that was wild. I mean, so I'm saying that's wild, but that is what is on X all over the place. So I mean, if he's posting it, it's really no different than all these other accounts. The only difference is he has this huge account with millions and millions of followers, but X has that all over their platform, and if they really wanted to, they could. I feel like they could curb it, stop it, get rid of it, but they don't want to. I guess it benefits them whatever way, traffic, traction, whatever it is. So he posted that Kanye, and I was like, "Yeah, this is crazy. This dude posted this." But at the same time, I don't know if he's trying to do the same thing he did with this whole Hitler stuff. He's like, "Well, I don't know if it's that deep or not, but it is all over the platform. It's rampant." And you could, so I mean, if you're going to apply the rules, you got to apply it all the way across.
The line that Elon Musk's team at X felt crossed their line, but not the anti-Semitism or the very hateful rhetoric, which I think is an interesting distinction. Anyway, 2 days ago, I got told that Ye was prepared to be interviewed by me again for Piers Morgan Uncensored. He was in Mallorca with some other rapper called Steamy or Somi or something. I can't remember his name. Never heard of him. Some weird guy. I think he wants to be Andrew Tate's horrible little stepbrother or something from his antics. He's been banned from every other platform. But he was the conduit to get to an interview with Ye again. And I was genuinely...
Sneako's, I guess, like an interesting character. I know of him because I see all these other people. I think he has some good takes in some things. He's also known for being a cuck, or he was a cuck. I don't know why anybody would put themselves through that, but he did. And he talked about how traumatizing it was. And then Kanye talks about how he's a cuck too, I guess.
Curious to actually hold him to account for all the vile things he's been saying. Is he just a massive troll? Is he mentally unhinged? Or is he just a grotesque attention seeker? Or is he now a genuine anti-Semitic, pro-Adolf Hitler Nazi? Or is he all of those things? I think that at the very least, he ought to be challenged properly in an interview format to determine what he is or isn't, and to see if he has any explanation for what he's done. Anyway, we were supposed to interview him on Monday night. He kept my crew in Mallorca waiting for about 2 hours. He kept me waiting for 2 hours in London. He kept my crew in London waiting for 2 hours. All of this is expensive. Thousands of pounds and euros were being expended waiting for his greatness, as he would see it, to actually do this interview. And he didn't show. At the last minute, he decided he'd rather do it the next day. And I went, okay, I'll give him one more chance. Obviously, it was incredibly irritating. Obviously, my inclination was to wring him by his scrawny, arrogant neck. But no, I gave him another chance. Let's just see if he rocks up the next night, which was last night, Tuesday night. Once again, he kept us waiting for, I think, another couple of hours past the agreed time he was supposed to do the interview. Once again, he was costing us time and money, and my patience was almost running out. And then I got told in the middle of another debate, he's ready, and he'll do it. Then I got told, actually, he's taking a phone call. So let's see. Then he came back. So his greatness was now available for me to talk to him. And I did talk to him for about 3 minutes. That's how long it took, this farce. For when I asked him how he was, he pointed to the backdrop behind him.
Well, judge it on The View as the answer to how my life is. Judge me by The View.
I said, you seem reasonably happy and content, which is in direct contrast to what is going on with you on social media, where you have 32 million followers. And at that point, he went into a great theatrical strop.
Wait. Now look right now. You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro. Like, how many followers do I have?
Well, how many is it?
I think you could do the study. You got a whole staff over there.
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
I mean, no, I mean, don't help them out. You know, they.
I'm told it's 33 million now. So congratulations. This is the same guy, remember, who has recently said that all Jews should be whipped. That's one of the many things he said on thing. But he was offended by the fact I, as he put it, cut a bit off his dick because I hadn't actually got the number of followers right. But the number of followers is relevant and significant with Kanye West, or Ye, as he wants us to call him. And he was angry that I called him Ye West.
I don't use the term West, you know, the whole drop the slave name idea.
Okay, so we just call you Ye, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Even though his X profile literally says at Kanye West. But no, he can't be called Ye West. I've no idea what he wants to be called or who he really is. I doubt he does either. But because I misnamed him, that was another egregious offense to be added to the misnumbering of his total number of followers. And so at that point he said,
"Sir, this is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count."
Gotta get your mind right. And he walked off.
Having also compared himself to Michael Jackson and John Lennon, and said that people like me like to play his music at weddings and funerals and things, but then treat him with such woeful disrespect as to denumber him or wrongly name him. So off he flounced. Studies show that strength training burns more fat than fitness. Oster anti-Semite.
I think it's. I find it funny. That's not something that I would do personally. I don't whip anybody.
You think it's funny, do you? Whipping Jews?
Slavery.
Using Jews as slaves? You think that's funny?
I think the context of that is funny, yeah.
What's the humour? I'm missing the humour. What's the humour? And after a few minutes of that, Soapy decided that he also was not going to be held accountable for anything, least of all his sycophancy towards the Hitler lover. So he also walked off.
Okay,
What's done it from me? He's a snivelling little coward. And he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper. And so that's where we were left. Obviously, Soapy then did a whole load of stuff on social media, trying to milk the situation for all it was worth. Kanye, Ye, Mr. West, whatever he is, did a tweet to me saying, "Hey, let's do a proper interview soon. It's all love. But the trouble is, Ye, it's not all love, is it? It's actually all hate. It's hate towards everybody, including your family, your ex-wife, towards Jewish people, towards other black people, towards other rappers, towards pretty much anyone you can think of. You've become a hate machine, fueled on social media because you have 32 or 33 million, as you corrected me, followers, amplifying everything you say, all this vicious sentiment to a vast audience. And that is wrong. Elon Musk should remove you from X. He should deplatform you. And to those who say, well, you platformed it, I did, because he's not being held to account properly on X. He's getting away with this, and it is amplifying his message. Now, if Ye wants to have a proper interview with me about all this, I will do that. But if you
Yeah, but you're calling for him to be banned, okay, if that's how you feel, but then you're going to platform him. You're calling for him to be deplatformed while also offering to platform him on your platform. If he's so bad and horrible and you feel how you feel about him and you want him to be deplatformed, but you're also willing to platform him. Come on, Piers Morgan. Morgan Piers. That would be a good interview, though. I'd love to see it.
If he wants to play silly games, then he can swing for it. But yeah, if you want to sit in front of me, Ye, get on a plane, come to London, come to my studio, and let's do this man to man, face to face. And you can be held accountable for your despicable actions on social media in the last year or so. But let's see if you're manly enough to do that. Or is it easier for you to attack people like him, like Paris Hilton, the women? Is it easy for you to attack them on social media and not face up to people like me who might actually hold you to account for what you've been doing? We'll see. We'll see. Some people think I shouldn't even bother sitting down with you anymore. That's how far your stock has fallen.
That's it, man. That's it. Kanye West. Kanye. Yee. I gotta get my speakers fixed in my car. There's some type of short or something. I don't know. I'm going on Monday. It's always something. Let me see. I guess that's it. Oh. Oh, okay. Thought that was for me. All right, I guess that's it for now, pimps. We'll see what tonight brings. I'm gonna relax for a little bit. I guess relax. Karen Reed, Bukaki. There was this lady, man. There was this lady that apparently she got banned from, I don't know where, YouTube or something. 28-year-old convicted animal torturer launches GoFundMe. No way. To stop deportation from the U.S. Angira Maniz, Liberian national, filmed herself torturing birds, rabbits, frogs, plucking feathers, and throwing live animals in boiling water. I mean, these people are always talking about respecting people's culture and stuff like that. So you should, if that's part of the culture, let them cook these things alive and pluck them and all this shit. If you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, apply the rules all the way across. Convicted animal torturer. They have these people on YouTube that eat live animals. There's some lady, there's somebody eats like octopus or something like that, octopus and stuff alive, squid and stuff, just starts chomping on them alive. And that's how they eat them. It's their whatever. It's their culture and shit. She got a GoFundMe. I don't blame her for launching a GoFundMe because everybody's doing it now. Let me check on Shiloh real quick too. Got to do this will be the second check for today. Shiloh is at 761,000. Shiloh. All right. Better cash that out. Cash it out. Cash it out. All right, I'm going to get off for now. See you in 10. Bye. Oh, that was a nasty accident in Texas. Peace. Bye. Oh, the show was good today. Yeah.